So Jade Stewart to get us underway today. As he goes high in his first kickoff, Jay Clark goes up and he's hit by Tane Kalossi in the air. And under the new rules, you can't touch him. So penalty in the first 10 seconds to King's College. Unfortunately for Tane Kalossi, he made contact and it made Jay Clark fall from way up high. He's got a few words for Tane Kalossi too. So Manulelua finds touch inside St. Kent's half. So King's College, they go to the front. Shay Clark drops it at the top. Will Bason's come through and stolen it. So good tackle from Aubu around the legs. Kalossi made a solid contact from Buradol and Ali Leotawa. They take him to ground. And that's a penalty. So St. Kitts, they did a pick and go. His knees hit the ground and the ref saying not releasing. So Jade Stewart will step up to kick for touch. Year 12 student. Played fullback last year for first 15. He's in his favourite position of 10. Hails from Whangarei. He has a big future. Highly rated by the Blues as Jade Stewart. Very good kicker of the ball is Tane Kalossi. Playing hooker this year, he was at number 8 for St. Kitts last year. Year 13 student made the transition to the front row. His first throw for the day. And it's a good one. They tap it back to the other big lock. And good contact from Jarius losefa. Stewart. They say set midfield for Tarama. And that's big defence from Buradol. Ake. He's solid in contact as Ake. Covers once the ball, it goes to Stewart. Stewart to Taele, and he's met in solid defence from Leotawa. Xavier Taele, the former King's College student, as they go back to Ben Ake in the midfield for another hit up. The ball's slow, and the referee's giving another penalty for not releasing the tackler. So Jay Stewart to look for touch. So they find touch about 20 metres out. So I wouldn't be surprised if St. Kitts use their big forward pack here to rumble this ball over the line. So Will Basin was a fake at the front, the last line out. Let's see if they get the ball this time. I'll say they'll aim for 4. The 4 channels, they've got some big timber there. They aim for the 4 channel. And they're going to maul it up with their big 4 pack. Here come some of the backs to help out. Basin gets isolated and he's dragged to ground, and a good tackle from Vaughan. So Vaughan doesn't have to move because it was a maul. Tarama takes a hit up and he's hitting solid contact from Otunuku. Some big hits coming from King's College. Ake, some more solid contact again. So you can hear the hits. Doyle, good tackle around the legs on Jay Stewart. Manulelua's over the ball, but he didn't jackal, so he doesn't get the penalty. As they come back towards their post, they set one again. It's been all St. King's College in the first 4 minutes. They're nice and patient with their lead up. So another good run, post contact meters there from St. Kitts. I thought there was a clean out from the side there from St. Kitts. The new laws that shouldn't be happening. So Stewart gets the ball wide, but the referee says forward. And Stewart was hit again in some solid contact from Shay Clark. They got some words that they're exchanging. A good contact from King's College, and they'll be defending for the first 4 minutes of this game. They're doing well to hold them out. So year 13 student Dayton Obu to feed the scrum. New Zealand Barbarians halfback. So solid contact at the scrum. They've gone to ground straight away. Referee has a chat. Tells him he wants to reset. So St Kentigern's College. They have 2 New Zealand secondary schools players in their forward pack, number 5 and number 8. Tarama's at number 8. You got open side Will Basin. He's highly touted as an open side. So Aubu feeds the scrum. The ball pops out. Shay Clark's playing this on the ground and he gets penalised. So unfortunately, they get hammered at the scrum, does the King's College. St Ken's win the penalty and Jade Stewart will look for the touch. And he gets them 5 metres out. And I would say they'll hit the full channel and try and rumble this ball over the line again. As Will Basin goes to the front of the line out. So Kolosi to feed this line out. It's a big crowd down here today. The atmosphere is absolutely electric for a preseason game. Shay Clark gets his hands to the ball, but they hit the full channel and here they go. Some of the backs are coming to join in. And they get over the line, but they're held up in some great defence from King's College, and they'll come back for the 5 metre scrum. So great defence from King's College. They've been under the pump for the first 6 to 7 minutes of this game. It's been all St Ken's. But they're not out of trouble yet as St Ken's get the 5 metre scrum. So Tarama, he's having a look on that blind side. Heaps of room for him to go. You can't see him in picture, but losefa is out there. It's probably about the same size. So it'll be a good one-on-one contest if he tries to go short side. So they set the scrum. Covers, gets the ball in. They go 8-9 to the open side, backdoor to Stewart, who's in some space, but he puts a kick pass in, and it's well covered by Max Webber, and he hammers him into the sideline, and the crowd goes crazy over that side. It's a great defence from King's College. They've been under the pump for 7 minutes. But they're not out of the woods yet, as they have a line out 5 metres from their line, so they need to have a good exit plan here as they go short at the line out. So they lose the ball and it goes straight to Kolosi, who scores the first try of the game. So not a good line out from King's College. They lose the ball in the air and the ball falls straight to Kolosi, and all he has to do is catch and put it down, and he does that and he takes the score to 5-0. It's been all St Ken's and it's a well-deserved try after 8 minutes. All that pressure and Kings weren't able to handle. And the score goes to 5-0, a kick to come. So Jade Stewart to convert this try. He's a really good kicker, is Jade Stewart. And he strikes it sweetly and drills it. So it takes the score out to 7-0 after a Kolosi try, and it's been all St Ken's. And they've been using their 4-pack. So Max Webb to get us restarted. So the ball goes straight down to their fullback, who's going to clear. He gets good contact He puts it back inside King's half. So Kings to their line out. They've lost their first 2 line outs. Let's see if they can get their line out right this time. So they go to the 4 channel and it's tapped back by St. Kitts. So they lose another line out. Skauki Vaughan comes around and tackles Will Basin. So covers. Hits the lock as they go to set up 15 out from the sideline. Back to Ake, who goes backdoor to Stewart. Over to Teele, the former King's College student, and gets hammered by Manulelua Toa. They come back to the middle to reset. No one contesting that ruck from Kings. They shoot back to where they came from. They set up on the 15. It's a good shot from losefa and Doyle again. So covers back to the middle. Good clean out from St. Kitts. As Covers tries to take off, he gets hit again. So Ake plays halfback to Kolose, puts on a right foot step, and it's more solid contact from Doyle and Otunuku. Stewart, left foot. Doyle comes across the top again and gives him a good whack. They go to set midfield. Otunuku round the legs. They clean up well. Ake takes a hit up, and that's good defence round the leg from losefa. As Doyle hits that ruck, and Xavier Teele goes back and hits Covers, and Covers knocks on. It's a good counter-rucking from Doyle. But even better defence from King's College. I don't think they've had any ball yet, so for 12 minutes they've been under the pump, and they've handled it well. And they're putting some big shots on. You can hear the contact. You can see Ahok over there. He's sucking in some big ones. He's up against his first cousin today. They shake each other's hands there. So Kings need to get a little bit low on these scrums. Give themselves a good platform. Dayton Obu needs a good platform to work from. As him and Covers exchange words, there's always banter between the 2 biggest mouths in the teams. It's always your halfbacks. The scrum turns too much and the referee calls it back. So restart again. So Kings get nice and low on this one. That's a better hit. It's twisting and turning again. So Doyle, 1-3 cut with Leotawa. Leotawa beats one, shrugs off another, sets the ball nicely. Clark, he's big and strong. He only knows one way, and that's straight. Will Basin came through, nearly turned that ball over. Kings try to go quickly, but they lose the ball. So Manulelua will step up and kick this to touch. As Kings get a couple of phases together, so they're slowly getting back into this game. So Manulelua kicks. Kings College back into St. Kitts half. So Ben Ake gets rid of his headgear. As Kings finally win a line out. Doyle is under pressure from Kolose. He hits Leotawa. They go at the back. They're on losefa off the left foot. Beats one. Always gets good post-contact meters, this kid. St. Kitts dive through on the ruck there. Doyle. Otunuku. Big and strong. Bounces off one, takes another with him down. Doyle goes himself, offloads Aubu, gets it to Vaughan. Vaughan beats one, shrugs off Tarama, breaks free. Webb, Shay Clark, there he goes, he bumps off the winger. Right into ground. Aubu, Doyle, Ohukovi drops it backwards. Otunuku offloads to Robbie. Sorry, that's Monaghan. Rolls over, the ball slow now. But it's been good continuity. Doyle gets it wide to losefa. Throws off his winger. Oh, but he misses his pass to his brother, Jarius losefa. So losefa, if he stayed on the line, he would have been away down the sideline. But he came in to help his brother and the pass is miss. So I got a request during the week from Leron losefa to say his little brother's stuck in his shadow, but I think it's the other way round. His little brother has a shadow, and it's his brother Leron. As Ben Ake goes down, so there's a little bit of a break here as ref calls time. So previous play, Ben Ake was struggling to get to the line out, and they actually put a replacement prop on, but he had to come back off the field again. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ben Ake gets replaced here. So it's either a bicep or shoulder injury. He's had about 10 hit-ups already within the first 16 minutes, has Ben Ake. So he gets up. They look like they're going to play on. Sherwin Stowers asks him if he's alright. So it looks like Ben Ake is being replaced. It looks like Sherwin told him to come off the field. So he walks off and number 18's entered the field. So Ben Ake off to the sideline. That's a huge blow to St. Kitts. He does a lot of hit-ups for them. So Kolose feeds the full channel again. Covers Tarama. Vaughan's around his legs. So covers, looks like he's going to box kick this, and he does. Puts it up high and makes it a contest as Max Webb jumps high and he's met some from big defence. So there's been big defence from both teams in this game so far as losefa takes the ball off the ruck. His post-contact meters again makes a few more. They go to Leotawa. Steps off the right, beats one again. Sets the ball. Lobu. Otunuku with the short pass to Ohukovi. He tries to offload an attack when he misses his target. The ref says play on. And King's College knock the ball on now as covers. Gets out to Stewart. Stewart takes more solid contact from Doyle. So two good mates are going at it. So covers. Doyle's in there trying to upset the ruck again. Covers, gets a good kick up. That's better. Leron losefa's under more pressure. He's met with 4 defenders, but he flicks it back. So Shea Clark will go back and pick this ball up. Beats one. Bumps off the second. Gets hit high, but the ref says play on. The ball comes out. It's sort of messed up. Aubu hits Monaghan. Monaghan lets the ball go. Gets up and goes again. That's good play from Monaghan. Aubu, Webb, Leotawa. Puts the fend on. Tuala off to losefa, but the ref says full pass from Tuala, which is unfortunate. There's a flick out the back from Leotawa and Tuala couldn't take it. So we come back for a scrum. More pressure for King's College. We're 18 minutes in. So St. Kitts set. They bring their blindside winger up into first 5. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is a number 8 play run at the first 5. Winger is the decoy and they hit Jade Stewart at the back. They got a solid scrum to St. Kitts. They set another good platform for Tarama, who's going to pick it up off the back of the scrum. Beats one. And he's had a solid contact from Doyle again. He's been powerful this game. He gets the offload with a steal. It gets out to losefa. losefa off the left twice. Comes back, taken around the legs by covers. Aubu gets the door, who will exit. But he kicks it straight down the throat of the fullback, who will bring it back. He beats Pese, beats Otunuku, taken by Monahan. So covers out to Tarama, who's been well contained in this game. He's had another big solid contact from Shea Clark. They go out the back to Stewart, who dummies to Ellie and goes long. They get the ball wider. Bason's out there, steps off his right. Good tackle from Leotawa. He's very safe as Leotawa. He slows the ball down, does Leotawa, as he's stuck in the ruck, covers Stewart. Uhukovi's around the legs. They set the ball midfield to St. Kent's. They can go overway here. The ball sloppy at the back. Covers. They go to set through their fullback again as Otunuku puts another good shot on with Kuuki Vaughan. And he steals the ball, does Otunuku. Breaks one tackle. Goes to the ground. He carries well. The ball set back there. They go to Manulelua, who will clear. And they might get themselves out of trouble here as King's College has been under the pump. But that kick is going to be too long. And they're going to go all the way back towards the 22 for a scrum reset. But King's College, they just can't get themselves out of trouble at the moment. But they've been holding on well, 7-0 after 21 minutes. But there's been some solid contact coming in from all the players here. They've really kept the usage of Tarama running plays to a minimum, as he got hit hard by Borodor. That first 5 have ripped it off him. And he got hit hard again by Shea Clark, so they're really putting some emphasis into hitting him. He's the New Zealand Schools number 8, so you'd want to look after him. As the ball comes back slowly from the dead ball area. So they got the same setup. Blindside wingers come to first 5, and they got a solid scrum. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go Tarama out the back to Stewart as the winger, as the decoy. So let's see how they scrum without Benake. It's a better hit from King's College. It's a solid hit. As they push St. Kitts off the ball and they get the penalty. So they've made a change with Benake going off, and Kings start to have a better scrum. And they get the penalty and they'll be able to get some relief. They've been under the pump the whole game. As Manulelua looks for touch. So King's College, they're just hanging in there. They won't go away. It's been a beautiful game to watch. In the first 23 minutes, and the buzz around the field for a preseason game is very exciting. Good to be able to have crowds back. So Kings go short with their numbers. They go to the front to Shea Clark. He drops it again as he comes down. But he's on his knees, so they're going to have to release. Aubu. Doyle. Onto Leotawa. He sets midfield. Good clean out there from losefa. Doyle. Dummies. Goes through. Offloads to Manulelua. He gets hit in solid contact from Tarama, who gets up and celebrates. And they win the penalty. And Tarama, who's been taking some hits, he gives one back. And he gets up and flexes. As he puts a good shot on Francis Manulelua, the year 11 student. Jade Stewart will look for touch here. So it must be about 30 seconds to go in this quarter or this third. As they find touch on halfway. So Kolosi to feed this line out. He's been good all day, Kolosi. Scored the opening try. So he hits the 4 channel again, covers. As they go off the top, they do a little chip, but Max Webb's there. And Max Webb recovers the ball and he goes straight through. There's no one back here for St. Kitts. And Max Webb's going to go all the way. It's a foot race, but he's too quick as Max Webb. And that's a great try to King's College, who have been under the pump for the first 25 minutes of this game. And they get themselves back in for a misdirected kick from Jade Stewart, picked up by Max Webb. And he goes 60 metres to score under the post. That's good work from King's College. Kick to come. So it's been all St. Kitts College. King's College stoic defence has kept them in this game, and they're able to clear up a mistake and score a try. As Max Webb converts to make this game 7-all, as ref calls quarter time. So it's been a brilliant first third of this game. Both tries have come from mistakes from both teams. The first try to Tane Kalusi for a mistake at the line-up from Kings, and the first try to King's College to Max Webb after a mistake from a kick. We'll be back shortly. And we're back underway by Max Webb as we start the second third. The score remains 7-all. And we've got a knock on here. So knock on at the ruck as King's College contested that ball for Shea Clark. He's big and powerful, Shea Clark. Loves being physical. For a year 11 student last year, was unbelievable with his physical contact. So covers to feed the scrum. He's had a good debut as covers. He's only year 11, played under 15s last year for St. Kitts. Looks like they've converted him to halfback for this season. He puts the ball in. He's got a good pass. That's solid contact from Doyle again as he rips the ball and turns it over. So once again, Doyle, his defence has been unreal today. It's Manulelua. Looks to Leotawa. 1-on-1 with Tiele. And Tiele struggles to put him to ground as Leotawa pops up the other side. So Ubu. Doyle. Intercepted by Tane Kalusi. All the Kings players are looking around waiting for offside, but the ref's saying play on. And Kalusi will score his second under the post to take the score to 12-0. So great intercept from Tane Kalusi. He read the play like a book. He's good friends with Buddha Doyle, so he's probably been watching the footage as Tane Kalusi scores under the post. And Jade Stewart will convert this try to take it out to 14-0. The Kings were finally starting to put some phases together, and Tane Kalusi races 50 metres for an intercept to score a try. Score his second try of the day. And Jade Stewart converts this try with ease. That takes the score to 14-7, and we're 2 minutes into the second third. So Max Webb to get us restarted. So he goes high. Losefa taps that back. Otunuku gets it. Good work from Jarius, Losefa. So Buddha Doyle out to Leotawa as they go wide to Max Webb. He offloads Micheal Tuala. Referee now gives the penalty for offside. Kings go quickly. Manulelua. They get the ball wide. Oh, they had numbers there if they could have got the ball to the left. The ball's too slow and they've recovered. Doyle takes the hit up. Offloads to Yobu. Yobu gets the ball back as they go look to reset for Robbie. Robbie sits on the 15. Referee comes back for another penalty, saying they're not 10. So Kings slow this up. They have a look. So what's Captain Otunuku want to do? He's saying shot at goal. So Kings College, they're going to have a shot at goal here. So they go back to the original mark for offside. So Max Webb converted his own try just on the end of quarter time. That's to bring the score back to 14-10. So Max Webb walks in. Nice strike of the ball and he drills it. So a nice penalty goal to Kings College, 14-10 St. Kitts. Like I was saying earlier, the atmosphere for this preseason game is unreal. There's big supporters here. Behind me there's a couple of Blues players, Sam Knock, TJ Faiani are here watching as well. So the former St. Kitts students. Also see former captain from last year for Kings College, Leandro Vacatini's here. So this game's drawn huge interest as Jade Stewart gets us underway. Taken by Ubu, who gives it to Pese. He runs straight and hard. Sets the ball up. Ubu to Otunuku, who runs straight through covers, and covers is holding on. Ubu with the box kick now. It's Tuala's after this. He goes up. But Shea Clark wins the race to the ball. And Kings recycle this as they make their way just over halfway. Doyle gets it wide to Leotawa. Leotawa breaks through to Elisteki again. And he tries to offload, but Will Basin knocks on. So Kings ball at the scrum. Kings are working their way back into this game. They were under the pump, just tackling the first 25 minutes of this game. And the ball slowly turning around. And they're making some good inroads with their phases. So they got Ali Leotawa at first receiver. Burador's in behind. So sort of a similar setup as St. Kitts. So good solid scrum as losefa comes around late. He gets the ball and hits this up. Stands up Jade Stewart. Quick ball on a Shea Clark. And like I said, he only knows one way. They're straight and hard. Obu. Flick pass out the back from Doyle. Webb. Tuala one-on-one with the fullback. He goes in and out. Passes the ball back as a good defence from St. Kitts. Obu has to blow this out. Clark goes to dummy half. Doyle. Out to Otunuku, who's hitting solid contact. Man, there's been some big hits in this game. The ball's slow now. So Obu hits Doyle, steps off his left again, takes the ball to ground, sets the ball up. As Ahokovu picks and goes, almost gets an offload to Obu to Webb. Webb skips out Manulelua straight to Leotawa, who sits on the 5. They're slowly building their phases. Kings Otunuku beats another 2 defenders, taking the ground. Obu, Doyle, good hands, out to Webb. Kahuki Vaughan off his right. Gives it to Tuala. Tuala takes the ball to ground. Lays the egg. Obu, Doyle. Robbie gets hit in solid contact. He was up high, so he got hit hard. And the referee says it was a high tackle. He gives the penalty out in front. So it's been an exciting game, this one. Both teams going back and forth. The hits have been unreal. If you're not down here, you're missing a great game. The atmosphere is unreal for a preseason game. You'd think this was a final. These two teams are putting on a brilliant display of a chess match rugby game. They're going back and forth at each other. No one's giving an inch here. So Ubu to feed the scrum. They've got a big short side if they want. Got Leotawa out on this right side. He's a threat with a ball in hand is Leotawa. Hard to tackle. He's got good footwork. So Ubu feeds the scrum. It's Manulelua, and he goes straight through the Jade Stewart tackle to score. And he puts King's College in the lead with a try 15-14 as the year 11 Stewart powers his way over the try line as a bad missed tackle from St. Kitts allows King's College to take the lead, kick to come. And King's College have been under the pump the whole game. Put some phases together and they show their class and score 15 metres out from the post. So Max Webb has kicked both his goals so far. This to give Kings a lead of 17-14. So Webb moves in, strikes the ball nicely, and he drills it. So that takes the score to 17-14, 10 minutes into the second third. And King's College have fought back really well. It's been an exciting game for a preseason game. Huge crowd down here. So two highly ranked teams. They've got different squads this year, but they're still highly ranked. As Jade Stewart kicks off. And a replay of last year's final. Kings were tackled in the air, but the ref says play on. So Ubu to clear. He picks up a kick for Tuala. It's going to come down. Oh, and he misses the contact as Manulelua. So Kahuki Vaughan, he's entered that ruck incorrectly. I thought he was first one there and over the ball, so I think he's unlucky as the young referee penalises him. And St. Kitts will be hot back on attack. As Stewart looks for the line, and he's got a great punt to Stewart. And he finds it inside the 22. So more pressure for King's College. They fought back well to get in the lead. But St. Kitts applying the pressure once again. As they go quickly. But the referee wants a bigger gap. So St. Kitts were lucky to get away with that. They go to the 4 channel again. They keep using Will Basin as the decoy at the front. As they rumble this up with their bid 4-pack again. Colossi breaks free, gets a fend on Doyle, who comes back and slams him into the ground. Some more big defence again from Kings. Taele. Oh, he runs into solid contact again from that man Ali Leotawa. Tarama goes to the ground. Good tackle from Pese. Another solid contact from Ohukove. As the big hits just keep coming from Kings. They're not afraid to tackle. Covers. Stewart looks on the inside. Evades Manulelua but can't get past Otunuku, who's over the ball again. And he wins the penalty with the jackal. So great work from Otunuku, who's been a powerhouse once again for the second week in a row. They go quickly. And Manulelua's blind shot. It's a great shot from St. Kitts. Like I said, there's been big hits going both ways. As the ball's cleared up by Leotawa, so it gets a little bit scrappy now. As King's College sort of lose their way. The ball pops out. So Ubu Misdirected pass cleaned up by Vaughan. Vaughan going at his opposite, Kolosi. The ball pops out the back. Losefa's on the ground. They let him go. So Ubu looks like he's going to clear. No, offloads. Ahukovi with the hit up. Now Ubu clears for a contest kick with Tuala. But St. Kitts win the air battle on that one. They have numbers to their right if they can get it there. They go wide, out the back to Stewart. They find the space now to Ele. 1-on-1 with Losefa. He feeds the other Losefa. They set on the sideline as Laurent has a go at the ruck. So Stewart sees a little half gap, but he's taken down by Leotawa, who gets up and steals the ball, but he's in an offside position. So unlucky there for Leotawa. He needs to get back on side before he can attack that ball. He made the tackle, got up and pinched the ball, but he's offside. So penalty for St. Kitts College. And they'll say they'll kick to this corner and use their 4-pack to rumble it up again. So you can see the size of them there. A huge 4-pack. Tankalosi's a big boy and they've already pulled him up into the front row. Shea Clark, bit of banter, joins their team huddle and gets shoved out of there. Referee has a talk to him. Jade Stewart looks for the line. So he gets it 5 metres out from the line. So St. Kitts, I can see them trying to rumble this. They've used Will Basin as a decoy every line out. They're hitting the 4 channel. And they're finding some value there. As King's College has struggled to defend them. So Kolosi. He's been good, Kolosi. They hit the 4 channel again. And they rumble it up. And here come the backs to join them. It's the second 5 and the winger join the 4-pack. And they rumble this up and they're getting some good movement here. The Kings are way too high for this ruck. And they enter it slowly. There's too much grunt there. And they go down over the line. And it's Tane Kolosi scoring his hat-trick. So Tane Kolosi gets his 3rd try of the day. Kick to come as he celebrates by putting his hat on. A hat that he doesn't have. Now he turns back. There's a bit of banter going between the two teams. So Tane Kolosi scores 3. And that will take the score to 19-17. St. Kitts are back in the lead. It's been an exciting game, this one. As I said, for pre-season, this game's been unreal. Both teams physically look good. It's Jade Stewart's 2 from 2 so far. 100% kicking rate. Like I said, both these teams have been going back and forth. There's been some solid contact from both teams. And Jade Stewart drills this kick. He takes the lead out to 21-17. It's been an epic contest. It's been all St. Kitts in the first third. King's College came back late. They've got themselves back in this game, Kings, as they took the lead, but St. Kitts taking it back, so we had 3 lead changes already. This Max Webb goes high and a bit too long, and this goes out on a full, so we'll come back to the halfway for a scrum reset. So unfortunately, Max Webb is kicking into a light breeze, and the breeze took the ball over the sideline. So good options here for Jade Stewart either side. Tarama's having a look down that short side again. He's big and powerful, Tarama, but he's been well looked after today. So good solid platform for St. Kitts again. As they go straight to Stewart, who puts the kick in behind. So Webb's there to clean up again. So good positioning from Webb. As they set this up, does King's College to exit. And they go straight to Monaghan. The ball pops out from that ruck. Aubu's under pressure. But the referee's saying knock on from St. Kitts there. So they must have got a hand to the ball there at the ruck. We come back for a scrum reset. So it's been an awesome battle this game between the two teams. I can't believe this is just a preseason game. It's not a round robin game. It's not a final. It's just a preseason game, and these two teams are giving everything. There's a big crowd in to watch this. The atmosphere is electric. And as a kid, that's all you want to do. You want to play in front of big crowds and an amazing atmosphere. So Ubu to feed the scrum. So it's another big shove there for St. Kitts College. But the referee saying pushing too far. Wants to reset the scrum. Has a talk to the front rows. So it's a new locking combination this year for King's College. No James Brown or JP Scarlett this year. They were part of the winning team that had to move on. Along with front rower Leandro Vacatini, Levi Olohia. So they feed the scrum. So Aubu shoots down the short side. Tuala gets there a bit too late. So Pese hits it up. Back to Otunuku, who sits 15 metres from the sideline. Aubu, Doyle, gets it wide to Manulelua, who puts the fender on his opposite and he gets through. He's cut tackled there by the fullback. He gets up and goes again. They stick to going the same way as Lea Taua hits this up. And they get a penalty, does King's College. They go quickly for Aubu. Off his left again. Slips at the tackle. Doyle goes to halfback. He gets to the Ohukovi. He's a little bit isolated, but he offloads to Otunuku. Otunuku beats one again. Aubu back to the left side of the field. Manulelua skips out to losefa. Losefa is well contained. He fends off his winger again as Teele tries to lift his legs, but he powers out of that too. Doyle. Back to Robbie. Robbie gets his knees to the ground, so they set. Aubu takes the ball from the offloads, but he offloads straight to Tankalosu, who gets another intercept. So they go through the hands to St. Kitts as they get themselves out of trouble. Lea Taua try to get over the ball a little bit too late. Stewart, left foot, weighs up his options and he puts in a big right foot. Finds a bit of space. Losefa brings us back. He's got a bit of room to work with. Takes on three defenders, sets the ball nicely. So they set one from the ruck. Does Robbie again, the basketball player. Aubu. Losefa out on the edge. He's big and strong out there, Losefa. Aubu. Doyle. Otunuku. Otunuku takes the contact, sets again. It's been a powerhouse again today, Otunuku, as Aubu goes on his own. Good clean out there from Monaghan onto Doyle. Throws it long to Tuala. They get Shay Clark out on the wing. Offload back to Tuala, who beats one. Sets the ball up 15 metres from the sideline. Aubu. Doyle. Ahokovi sits in the middle of the field as they keep folding around the corner. Manulelua. Hospital pass there to losefa, who knocks on. Back inside to Christian Pese. Bit of push and shove there as the referee says that's quarter time. We'll be back shortly. And we're back setting the scrum. And King's College have rung the changes. I think they've made about 10 changes as we set the scrum for this last third. And King's College get a penalty at scrum time. So we go through the changes. So Sione Ohukovi off, Ethan K. Vaughan and takes his position propping Kahuki Vaughan off at hooker, replaced by Jason Honor. Robbie the Lock is off. He's replaced by Caleb Pearson. Jarius Losefa has had a big game at Overside and he's been replaced by Seb McDonald, who played second 15 today. Christian Pese is off at number 8 and he's replaced by Lawrence Ulesi, who gets another run. Dayton Obu is off at halfback and he's replaced by year 11 Jack Kennedy. Ali Leotoa gets a break at centre and he's replaced on the wing by Jonty Willis as Losefa moves to centre. Micheal Tuala is off on the right wing and he's replaced by Edwin Jones. So King's College, pretty much an entire new team for this last third. It is a preseason game, but it's played like a final at the moment. It's been a great game to watch as King's College rumble up this game. Got a few players on now that have backed up from second 15 this morning. So Doyle, right foot, puts a big fend on covers. But he's held in the tackle there and he offloads to Losefa, who's moved into centre. And he shrugs off one. Sets the ball up nicely. Jack Elliott is his name, not Jack Kennedy. Gets the ball out. So Elliott, he makes his debut off the bench. Year 11. Can still play in the 15s. It's Otunuku. Beats another tackler again. Beats two. He's dragged to the ground by Kolosi. Elliott, Doyle, off to Losefa. Ulesi gets the pop off to Pearson. Oh, sorry, that's Jonty Willis. It's Jonty Willis, the nephew of Ben Willis. Hits the ground, Doyle. Losefa, he takes the hit up. Elliott, back to Webb. McDonald running back towards the injured player, which is Xavier Tiele. Elliott, Doyle. And Ethan Cave gets hammered in the tackle again. Elliott has a dart. Webb. Manulelua. Losefa. Jones drops it. St. Kitts hold on attack as they put the kick through. And Manulelua is chasing back for this and he forces the ball, so we're back for a 22 restart. So good defence from St. Kitts College. And good work from King's College with their continuity as they've changed most of their team. And it's a big drop kick for Manulelua as he goes quickly. Jason Honor's up there chasing this. So go wide. He's one-on-one with Willis and Willis misses him. And big solid contact coming in from Buddha again with Zeb McDonald around the legs. Buddha had some big defence today for first 5 as Pearson gets bumped out of the way. Looks like the ball's turned over here at the ruck. Doyle hits it back to Webb. Webb fakes the kick off the right foot twice. Beats one. Tackled back where the ruck was formed. Elliott goes back to the left side. Manulelua is a bit flat. Ulesi. So Lawrence Ulesi sets the ball. Elliott, Doyle, goes long to Willis. Willis takes the contact of Tane Kolosi. The referee comes back for a penalty. They're all offside on their left-hand side with St. Kitts. As Kolosi's been a menace out there. So Webb to look for touch. There's a lot of the young boys out there doing quite a good job. their first big game. So you got Jonty Willis, year 11, big game for him. You got Jack Elliott, year 10 at halfback, big game for him. As the Kents look to clear this. So King's College introducing a whole lot of young players into the big time today for the last third. Lots of pressure on them to perform under pressure. So another injury break here for St. Kitts. It's been solid contact from King's College all day. Some big hits coming in. They go quickly as the game restarts to Pearson. But the referee says not straight. He's going to let them reset the line out. They go back to the front for Shea Clark, who wins that off the top. Doyle. Out the back to Manulelua. Webb. So Jones gets some space. His left foot, right foot beats one. Offloads to Willis. Willis down the sideline. No room to move. And he gets bundled into touch. So great defence from St. Kitts College. But also good work from the newbies from King's College. Having a crack. So St. Kitts back to the 4 channel. They've been hitting that all day with Will Basin as the decoy. And the referee says knock on there. So first real blemish from St. Kitts in their line-out. They've been hitting 4 channel all day. Why not? They've got some big tall timber in that position. So it looks like cramp there from someone from King's College. It's Jack Kennedy. Looks like he's been replaced. So Monaghan will have to come back on, as all replacements have been used by King's College. And here's Monaghan. He's in the blue 17ers. Matthew Monaghan, the year 12 student. So Elliott feeds the scrum. Gets the ball to Obu, put a Doyle out the back, onto Webb. Webb stutter steps and almost goes through, does Webb. He's brought to ground 5 metres from the line. Elliott, Doyle, onto Monaghan. Monaghan's big and strong in their tackle. So advantage there. Elliott, he breaks free. He's short of the line as Jack Elliott. Otunuku picks and goes, and he dives over, does Israel Otunuku. He's been big and powerful this game, and with 10 changes, King's College are first to score, and they're going to take the lead in this game. 22-21, kick to come. And so far, it's been all King's College at the start of this last third. They're blooding their youngsters. And they take the lead by 1 point, 22-21. It's been an exciting game, this one. As Max Webb looks to convert. He hasn't missed a goal yet. I think he kicked 2 goals last week against Oldham out of about 8. But he hasn't missed. He's obviously been working with Jono Hickey during the week. So here he is, 4 from 4, 100%. As he looks to make this 5 from 5. And he drills it to take the score to 24-21. And the goal kicking sessions with Jono Hickey has been paying off. So if you're looking to improve your goal kicking, search up Kaiser Rugby. John O'Hickey is a good coach. As Jade Stewart goes high with this restart, and Pearson is underneath and takes it well. Makes some post-contact meters. So Elliott onto Clark. And Clark is big and strong. He breaks the first tackle. Elliott. Doyle goes wide to Webb. Webb to Losefa, who's now standing at centre. They're all rushing in on Losefa. Doyle onto Otunuku. Takes another hit up. He's been everywhere, has Otunuku. They go back to the short side for Webb. Losefa relines. He's tackled. Gets up and goes again, does Losefa. He's big and strong. So they look to clear for Manulelua, and he's charged down. They regather the ball to St. Kent's. Manulelua takes them to ground as they're back on attack again. King's College couldn't exit. And Doyle's in there with another big shot. This defense has been outstanding today. Colosi. He's looking for 4 tries. He offloads to covers back to Stewart. Stewart finds some space out there on the wing. And St. Kent's are going to regain the lead in the corner as Jonty Willis was too far in and couldn't get there. So St. Kent's take the lead 26-24. As King's College couldn't exit. And they hand the ball back to St. Kent's hot on attack. And it's great vision from Jade Stewart to put his fullback in the corner. As Jonty Willis was caught too far in, couldn't get back there. And they take the lead 26-24, kick to come. Jade Stewart hasn't missed one either. So see if he can kick this one. He's 3 from 3, 100%. So with about 8 minutes to go, Jade Stewart to extend the lead. He kicks it nicely. But he's just to the left-hand side of the post, so he missed. So the score remains 26-24. 8 minutes to go. Exciting game, this one. St. Kent's have only made 1 or 2 changes. King's College have made 10. So they go high again from the kickoff with Max Webb. Ooh, and they nearly allow this to bounce as St. Kent's hold this ball. So they go to Tirama. He's ridden to ground by Monaghan. He had to come back on the field as an injury replacement. Covers with the box kick. He finds some space and they're first to the ball at St. Kent's. So it's a good kick from Covers. And they break through at the ruck there. So St. Kent's back on attack. Stewart sees some space in the back and there's no one back there for King's College. And their fullback's first to the ball as Webb gets across late. And he's going to score under the post. It's great vision from Jade Stewart to see no one back behind for King's College. They were exposed back there and he finds the space. Puts a beautiful kick through. And their fullback's too fast. I hear he's a New Zealand sprint champion. And he outsprints everyone to the ball. Max Webb is late getting there as he's having to defend phases before. And St. Kent's take the lead. 31-24. Kick to come. 6 minutes to go. It's the big crowd for St. Kent's. Love that. So good to see some Auckland Blues in attendance today, supporting this game. They got a big game tomorrow against the Hurricanes. As Jade Stewart converts, and that takes the score out to 33-24. About 5.5 minutes to go. As Max Webb gets us restarted. And this is a good, valuable lesson for the new boys from King's College. as they get a bit of a taste for the big time. They contest the ball and the ball comes back for King. So good work. Otunuku. Another hit up from him. Elliott. Doyle. Losefa. Oh, he's big and strong. Powers through Kolosi's tackle. The offload though goes to no one and St. Kitts recover. But the referee blows the whistle. I know he puts a hand up for advantage. So Kolosi bumps off Willis. Still going. So it was a knock-on advantage and we carry on here as Covers looks to kick again and he does. He exits well. Max Webb's under this though and he's hammered again as he catches the ball. It's great work from Max Webb. He's been getting that all day as Elliott dummies and goes. So Doyle gets it to Otunuku, who's been big and strong, and he offloads to Monahan, who drops it. So unfortunate there. Monahan, if he caught the ball, he was through in some space. There was no one behind for St. Kitts, and they could have capitalised, but he drops the ball in contact. That's what fatigue does here. It's been a great game, this one. Played at pace, this one. Very fast game for pre-season. So as the clock winds down now, we've got 4 minutes to go. So the Covers to feed the scrum. He's had a good game as Covers. He's played the whole game too as he puts another kick in behind. But Max Webb's there. That's great positioning from Max Webb as he calls the mark. Waits for everyone to get on side. 3.5 minutes to go. He punts the ball downfield. And St. Kitts catch the ball, but they lose the ball over the sideline. So King's ball. They get themselves out of trouble and they get some luck. As the clock counts down, about 2 minutes to go. They're 9 points behind. They need a miracle to get out of this. However, it is a pre-season as they go on. Doyle, Losefa's coming to second five and doing some hit-ups, and he's been pretty good in that position. Doyle, Webb went to come back inside late as Edwin picks the ball up and recovers. Basin's over the top of this ball. I think he came in from the side though, and the referee agrees. The new laws, you can't come in from that angle. So Elliott comes to the mark. Webb looks like he's going to look for touch. Webb puts the right foot to it. So inside St. Kitts half now is Jason Honor. Replacement hooker looks to throw this ball in. So as we count down, we're coming down to 2 minutes to go. Cleared up by Elliott. Doyle onto Losefa, out the back to Manulelua, who hits Webb, who's met at the same time, but he powers out of that tackle. Elliott to Doyle, ball's a bit slow to Pearson. Pearson gets hammered. Elliott, Doyle takes the line on himself, offloads to Losefa, who's in a bit of space. Back to Monahan, who's big and strong in that one. Some good meters from Monahan. Elliott, Doyle, tries to pick the kick through, but it's charged down. So St. Kitts back on attack. Beats one. Good legs tackle from Honor. Big hit from Clark on Stewart again. So two blue 17s players go at it. Yes, that's a penalty. I thought he was tackled on the ground. He's got a release. So tackler not releasing the ball on the ground. So 1 minute to go as Webb looks for touch. So it's been a great exciting game this one. As Webb puts the banana on the kick. So Honor to throw this line out. They've been under pressure all day, their line out. Otunuku gives Honour the call. So they reset this line out after Basin went early. So the Nippies man of the match today, picked by Lucky Smythe, the man himself, goes to number 10, Burador, who's had a fantastic game at first 5 today in his debut match in the jersey, usually replacement halfback. So Burador goes off at the same time, and he's replaced by Dayton Oubu, who goes to fullback. Does Dayton. This offloads here, beautiful from King's College as they get to halfway. Elliott to Ulesi. So Lawrence Ulesi takes the hit up to Webb, who's come to first 5. Manulelua, who's isolated, he offloads, it hits Webb's legs, and they turn the ball over again, does King's College. So Kent's back on attack. Good hit from Honour, and another big hit from Shay Clark on the big man as Willis kicks through. But the referee says knock on from Kings, and that's full time. And say Kent's take out this one, 33-24. We'll see you next week when we bring you another live game.